Listen, check it out now. Holy. Now, all of NBA Youngboy ops who he dissed on that song, man, they probably thought he was going to go to jail. But maybe that's not the foregone conclusion so far. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, man, he pretty much got caught with some, like, illegal guns. Or actually, he's just a felon. He can't have a gun. Okay, and basically some lady snitched on him after he was shooting a music video in Louisiana. Basically, the cops came through. They got the guns. They got everybody. They locked everybody up. Later, the feds used and prosecuted him for having them guns. Okay, now he's been fighting that charge ever since. And basically, a lot of people said, yo, he's going to do some time. Why? Because the feds don't lose. They have like a 97% conviction rate. We can't imagine that anybody would go up against them and actually win a case. However, Youngboy just caught a lucky break, okay? And it's not that he's beaten the whole case, but one of the major evidence that the feds had against him in the gun possession case basically has fallen apart. Now, his lawyers filed a motion to suppress two things. The guns, which obviously that's the thing he was caught with, right? And then number two, the SD cards, which, by the way, is the majority of the evidence that the police got on him, right? And basically, of course, the judge said, we not throwing out the goddamn guns, right? Because that's why you're charged, and we had a legit reason for why you were caught with it. But the judges actually ruled that the SD card, which contained images and videos of Youngboy having possession of the gun, is inadmissible. Now, what does that mean? The judge basically ruled that the warrant that the cops had to go search Youngboy only suggested that they search for guns. Didn't suggest they search memory cards and other computer devices. Basically, if you don't know how this came about, they went to some random block, started shooting a music video. A lady called in, and basically, off of what that lady said, they showed up and they had a warrant to look for what that lady said they had, which is guns. So yes, the cops had a warrant to find the guns and search for the guns, but they did not have a warrant to search electronic devices, okay? So the pictures of Youngboy with a gun in his hand, the videos of Youngboy with a gun in his hand, those are inadmissible. Now, what else do they have to tie the guns to Youngboy? Because, by the way, everybody else in the case, like, yo, his gang is like really loyal. They're all taking and copping out to all the guns. They're like, Youngboy didn't have no gun. We had the guns. Give them to us. You get me? But the cops clearly want to give it to Youngboy. Now, everybody else is taking pleas, or not taking pleas, but they're taking ownership of the guns, right? And by the way, the feds only came for Youngboy in this situation, right? Like, the other guys got, like, state charges, right? Youngboy got a federal charge because clearly, he's a big name, this and third. Again, speaking with people who are familiar with how the feds move, they're definitely targeting Youngboy, right? Remember they labeled the whole thing Never Free Again? Remember that? Anyway, the next thing they have to try to prove that Youngboy actually had a gun is eyewitness, which, by the way, the person who called in to the cops described everybody but Youngboy. At that time, if you look at the pictures, Youngboy here wasn't a bunch of long-ass dreads. The person said when the cops asked over the phone, yo, who got the guns in their hands? The person said, I don't know, it's a bunch of dudes with long dreads. That's not Youngboy at that time, right? So again, that's not a reliable eyewitness statement, right? Which means that person probably didn't see Youngboy with a gun. Second thing is DNA. We keep bringing up DNA. Now, there's a bunch of DNA ran, right? And we haven't really gotten a conclusive report if they have positively identified Youngboy's DNA of being on the gun. And that's going to be probably one of the things that is going to determine how real this case is in terms of how safe and secure the prosecutor is in going to trial with this. But one of the biggest things they had against it, right? It was basically an eyewitness. The fact that he was on video and on pictures with these guns in his hands because of the SD drive or the SD card of the cameraman, that evidence is now tossed out. The case is looking a lot better for NBA Youngboy. We will see what he does. Again, the feds still don't lose, but it don't mean that they're stupid either. If their case is getting weaker, they might give him a really, dope plea that, maybe he does a year. I don't know. Again, some of these have statutes where they can't go around. So, shit, it might be up to Youngboy to really just take the whole thing to court. But it's looking a lot better than it was looking a couple weeks ago. So, hopefully, if Youngboy plays his cards right, stays out of trouble, clearly he's on house arrest now, and hopefully a few other things bounces his way, you never know. This case might go bye-bye, but we don't know yet. Okay, get in the comment box. But you guys like and subscribe. What do you guys think about this?